Hello everyone, Orange here. Welcome back to another video. Today I have floor 93 for this rotation of TOA Hard for you guys. This was another tough level, and I ended up beating it because my friend told me the team that he used, and then I used the same team. Pretty sure that's how it went. I think so. So, we're trying to make it to Lirith. This will be my second ever clear of TOA Hard if I can beat Lirith. Spoiler, I did, so the video will be out soon. I have to edit and upload all these. So, this was a tough one though. So usually for TOA Hard, a lot of you guys who probably watch all my videos have heard this a billion times, but I usually just try out a bunch of different teams until one works. This level was kind of freaking me out because Beretta died like 10 times on the first wave, but the rest of my team managed to survive. So for this first wave, I'm gonna start working on one of the water, what are they called? I forgot what they're called. If I just think here for a second, I can remember. One of the water ones, like I know it's like Ikaru or something, but what's it actually called? A wolf? I forgot. I'm gonna figure out what it is and I'll be like, I'm so stupid, I knew that. So I work on a water one with Vero and start hitting it with dots because they're the main threat to my Beretta, so I kind of go for both at the same time. And you'll see me kind of hitting the water ones with my wind units because of elemental advantage. And then Beretta, whenever he can put out dots, those will start chipping away at the fire. What the heck are they called? I'm looking this up. This is really annoying me. Because I use these as fodder all of the time. Why do I not know this? Inugami, that's what it was. Okay, I'm stupid. So, slowly everything will kind of be chipped away, and the main thing for this level was rune quality for me. I always talk about that too. You guys are probably getting annoyed at how often I repeat things, but the important thing is to have Brienne be really tanky and Mav really tanky, and it kind of does help because I have 3 wind units, so the enemy's AI will sometimes like split up and then start attacking certain units instead of others. Like they won't focus fire down one wind unit unless it's kind of low. Like I don't know the exact programming, but you'll see it kind of helps having so many wind units on this wave. And then once you kind of kill one, then the battle gets a little bit easier, and you're not going uphill so much, and then eventually it's downhill once you eliminate a couple of them. So, luckily my wind unit survived, and I didn't have any super bad RNG here. I will have all my runes and skill ups in the description in a photo album, an Imgur link, so my skill ups will also be on there. Everything... Okay, so Vero is fully skilled up, Chisuna's not. She has 1 point in her first skill, and then 1 point in her last skill, her Fallen Blossoms. So her heals aren't as good as I would like. The other day I figured out, like, I know my Chisune doesn't have great HP, but I was like, well, I don't know if I was like anything, but yesterday I looked at her skills because I did beat 100, so I was saving, like, how many was it? Like 10 Devilmon or something like that for, what do you call it? For Sig in case I needed to use them. So I didn't have to because I beat 100 without any skill ups on Sig. Luckily, sort of luckily, I'm kind of tempted to skill up Sig because his skill ups like sound so awesome. I think it takes so many to skill up Sig because every time you skill it up, it gets more damage and harmful effect rate, so like you have to do so many. What was I even talking about? So, okay, so I skilled up my Lagmaron, and then I started to think, so after Lagmaron, what are my options? I was kind of tempted to do Sig, because I do use him quite a bit, but I don't know if it'd be worth it. Like, I do want to do it, and this is what I was saying about Lagmaron, and even now I don't know if I really like Lagmaron with skill ups. I think he'll be better, but, so I was looking at my options, and I was kind of making, like, a tier list in my head, and Chisune was kind of on there, and then I looked at her second skill, and if you skill it up, she does, like, more healing, and then I was like, oh my god, that'd be so helpful. So I haven't really decided if I want to do her. I don't think so, because I think she works pretty well the way she is, with my runes and with the current skill ups. So I don't think I need it, but she is on the list, so I think I might just end up saving Devilmon for a while, until I decide, because I feel like it's going to be situational. Like, Am I going to need Hua skill ups for raids or Necro or something like that? Hua is also a monster that's kind of on the list. I'm talking about random stuff because this level is kind of boring. So you'll see me just kind of slowly working, and you can pay attention to what skills I use. It might help you. Sometimes I do make mistakes, so don't think everything is the perfect choice. Because I make, like, when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? So, I'm going to take a look at my monsters, and then I guess we'll talk about the Devilmon situation. So let me go ahead and take a sip of water because I'm getting thirsty. Alright. So, Devilmon situation. I have used Devilmon on, like, a lot of my monsters. I Devilmoned Soha, Galleon, Beretta, Veligul, Lagmaron, finally. I put 2 on Chisoon, and I fully Devilmoned Vero, and then who else was there? I think that was it. So you guys should probably, like, tune into my Path to Decency, because this will be a topic that I talk about on episode 25, which will probably come out Thursday or Friday. I usually do them on Thursdays, but sometimes on Friday for certain reasons. And usually they come out pretty late, so maybe even Saturday, like if you guys are asleep when I upload it. So, I was talking to the same friend who helped me figure out a team, or told me to use this team for this level. I've always really wanted to stay away from this team because my Brienne doesn't have skill ups, my Chisoon doesn't have skill ups, and I've seen her use her second skill and she doesn't heal for that much at all, so I kind of like to stay away from using her. Like, I've been hesitant, but it worked this time around. Like, I was open to it, so I was like, okay, let's just do it, and then it worked. So sometimes you gotta do weird stuff like that. So I was talking to him and I was like, are you actually skilling up any 4-stars with Devilmon? Because at this point, I feel like, I think the reason why I was, like, so stingy with them was because I had to make, like, a really tough decision. Do I Devilmon Sig or Lag? Like, I think both would be quite a big decision. Like, I might be making a big deal out of it and I didn't have to. Whenever I pause, like, I'm doing something. I forgot what I was doing. Maybe petting my cat or something. So I was worried about that because when I was still stuck on TOA Hard, I was like, shoot, I think I'm going to be forced to Devilmon Sig. Is that going to be worth it? Because I really felt like I needed to Devilmon Lag, because I feel like that's way more worth it, because he's a Nat 5. I mean, Sig is too, but Sig is just Sig. He's kind of just meh. I mean, he's pretty good, though. Like, I can't really speak for how good both are, because I think both are kind of those, like, averagey Nat 5s. Like, they're very strong. Like, they're very useful, but they're not, like, anything that's super good in the meta right now, or they're not, like, I don't know. A lot of people, like, think that some Nat 5s are, like, so much stronger than others. So, now I'm so worried. I was asking him, I'm like, do you think I should Devilmon a 4-star monster? Like, I'm kind of worried about that, like, Hua or something. And then he's like, yeah, I am. And then today I realized, like, oh, like, I did that, like, a lot, actually. I did it for Soha, Beretta, Galleon, I don't know who else I mentioned. But the decisions when I made them earlier in Chisoon, sort of. So at the time when I made those decisions, they were, like, really easy because it's, like, all I had, really. I wanted to Devilmon Soha for my farmer because, like, I got her a long, long time ago, like, in my first ever premium pack, I think, quite early in the game. So it was pretty easy because she was, like, my only option, really. So we'll see what I decide. I will definitely be thinking about that, but like I said, I think I'm just going to hold on to them until, like, something happens and I need to Devilmon something, or I can. So the Devilmon just might start piling up from here on out. And I might just have a bunch in storage because I'm too afraid to use them. Oh gosh, why are we lagging? Are we overheating? I did get a cooling pad, but I haven't set it up yet. So, again, for this wave, Beretta's going to get killed a couple times, but it should be fine because the HP lead really helps, and then slowly work on everything. And then res Beretta, and then he dies a second later. So, yeah, get that glancing on them if you can. I don't have too much to say, but that speed buff is pretty annoying by those Firebirds. I'm forgetting the name of those too. Garuda. I remembered it. And then we got griffins. We're testing my knowledge of these names right now. So once again, I'm just going to kind of work on both, but I think maybe I went for the fire ones a little bit because Beretta was dying, but it was fine. And then the fire ones do like the speed thing, and it's like, God, why? Just stop. So I think I did maybe go for those. It looks like that's what I was doing. I don't think I really had to choose too much, but I think the fire ones were better to kill because of their speed or whatever that skill is. I know they have like a speed increase, and then I think it's attack bar too, but I don't remember what else. So eventually they will die, and then what is the last wave? I forgot. It'll be a surprise. Oh, it's actually the Leo. Yeah, this is the Leo one. So the reason why I have Vero in the leader slot is because of the Leo. You guys know he kind of limits your attack speed, but of course, if I had Beretta leader, that would influence the turn order. So having a speed leader and all that speed jazz does influence the turn order, but not overall how many times you're moving, because your bar will tick up at the same rate. So that's why he's there, and it does make a lot of sense, so that's kind of what happened. I was trying to build, okay, so I told you guys this before, but I was going to build a Neil and a Michelle. Neil is the Light Fairy, and Michelle is the Wind Pekion Priest, because they do like a really nice combo for this level. You can also build a Kona Mia with Nemesis runes. Leo's gonna hit Kona, Kona's gonna move first and resurge Neil, and then Neil's gonna put up her shield, like her pally bubble, and then she'll take no damage, and then you kind of win. And then Michelle will make sure that Neil will have that skill up all the time because of Michelle's like buff thingy, her cooldown. She has like a special skill that makes the shield stay on for longer, I think. So yeah. So that's what I was considering doing, and I did go pretty far into it. I have them both at 5-star awakened, and then some of them have skill ups, so I did use all of my Pekion priests on Michelle, which is going to be bad if I get a Chloe, but I'm okay with it, because I felt like I made the right decision, because I was really stuck on 89, which is the original level that I was going to use them on. I was like super stuck, and I decided to go through with it. So I think it'll be fine, but maybe later I will regret it. I don't know. Sometimes I just have to make decisions. Like, sometimes I feel like I have to make a decision even if it's a bad one. It's better than not making a decision. So I went ahead and started working on that because I wanted to get past that level, because I'm like super determined, even if it's not like the most efficient choice. I was like super determined to get to 100 this month, and I don't know if I said this, but I did try 100 like 100 times. It was somewhere up there. It was a lot of tries. So I was like super determined. I don't know. I just get like that. I'm like, I have to do this. Alright, so here we are on the last wave. If you crit them, I think the ragdolls increase everyone's attack bar. So, oh, I remember this. This is pretty funny when we get towards the end here. It's a little bit of a rafflecopter. Well, not really, but the main thing here is just cranking out dots, and then I don't even think I saved, like, I talked about this before in my 92 video, but sometimes, like, they can only have 10 debuffs, so sometimes you don't want to, if your dots are up, sometimes you don't want to dot them because you need to land a stun on them. And if they have 10 debuffs, you can't stun them. So for this level, though, we're moving at the same rate pretty much, so they're not going to even have dots on them really at all. So I am going to go ahead and just dot them up whenever, and then I think they do have like a skill called Torrent, and then if they're like under 30% HP, they will like do a fuck ton of damage to you. So that's kind of the most dangerous thing, I think. The way to beat that, I guess, is to really focus down on one. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, but with Vero, I would focus down one with Vero's dots whenever you have to dot. So I'm kind of focusing that one on the right because I'm right-handed, so the right ones are the easiest to hit for me. That's maybe why you guys are watching me hit so many right-handed ones so often, and then the left ones are left last. But I will hit the left ones if I have to for some reason. And then skill ups on Brian would also help so he can put up his stuff, but mine didn't have it, so that kind of was bad, but it was okay. So yeah, I would just really focus them down so you can make sure that they die quickly, because if you're spreading out your dots, then some of them might kind of, more than one will get into torrent range, and that might cause you to lose. So I think I should have started going for that one on the left there, because he was a little bit lower, but I decided to hit that one on the right, so that's kind of a small mistake that I could have fixed. And then I think I choose to res, it gets really close here. I'm not sure. Oh, 3 turns on the res. Wow. I want to watch this ending because it's going to be super close. This is like the very ending of like a chess match where you gotta play real good. Okay, we'll see. Oh gosh, it's 1v1 now. You guys probably know who's going to win. It's Pharaoh. I got a violent proc there. And then it's over. Yes! So that's how I passed the level. Super close, but that was my team. That's kind of it. If you guys want to comment down below, I can try to help you if you are stuck. Oh, but beware that I may not have the best advice because I just pretty much used that team. So once again, my runes and skill ups are in the description down below. Click the link. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next video.